Hi everyone. In this video we are going to understand about center of mass. COM, center of mass. So let me try to give you an intuition around it. So what do we mean by center of mass? So you can imagine center of mass as a point mass where the entire mass of the object is concentrated. Okay? Point mass where entire mass of the object is concentrated. Second thing is any uniform force will act at this point. Okay. So that is our COM. So if there is some rod, okay. So what we can understand this rod is there is a center of mass of this rod which we can consider as a point object. Now suppose the center of mass is here. This is the point object. A uniform force will be acting on this point. Okay. So generally you have already come across these formulas. F net is equal to ma, momentum is equal to mv. So when we mention acceleration, we mention the acceleration of center of mass. When we mention velocity, we mention the velocity of center of mass. So please remember this. So when we mention momentum, it is velocity of center of mass. When we mention force, it is acceleration of center of mass. So again, to give you an intuition about it, so center of mass can be considered as a point mass of the object where the entire mass of the object is concentrated. So तुम इसे ऐसे इमेजिन कर सकते हो कि इसका मास m है, हम लोग ने पूरा मास इधर ही है, इसका पूरा मास ओके और जो भी फोर्स लगेगा वो इस पॉइंट पे लगेगा सेंटर ऑफ मास पे. सो दिस इज हाउ यू इमेजिन सेंटर ऑफ मास. एंड सेंटर ऑफ मास इज ऑल्सो अ पॉइंट where the object will be balanced. Okay, so try फील लेने का ट्राई करो सेंटर ऑफ मास का. सो अभी मैं बताता हूँ. सो नाउ यू टेक अ पेन सपोज. ओके, नाउ इमेजिन दिस इज अ पेन. ओके, द पॉइंट एट विच द पेन balances on your finger is center of mass. It's most likely to be center of mass. So why is center of mass important? From this we have understood what center of mass is. वी अंडरस्टूड दैट फोर्स में एक्सेलरेशन लगता है सेंटर ऑफ मास का, मोमेंटम में वेलोसिटी लगता है सेंटर ऑफ मास का. बट व्हाई इज इट इम्पॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड सेंटर ऑफ मास? ओके, लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. सो जनरली द मोशन ऑफ सेंटर ऑफ मास will mostly be very simple. It will be either circular, it will be straight line, it will be projectile. So it is very simple to understand motion of center of mass, and then you can go across any object, across any point. Now let us understand. Now suppose this is a pencil. Okay, I throw this pencil up in the air. How will the pencil move? Pencil will move like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and fall, right? But how will this point move? This point will go like this, and it will be a type of projectile motion, right? Projectile motion we already know. So if we understand this is a point M and this is a point M, okay, so as this moves, if we understand this point M, if suppose this is the point M, suppose the pen is like this here at this point of time, this is the angle theta. So we already know theta is equal to omega t, right? So if we know this, what is this? This is our projectile motion, right? Uxt uy minus half at square, right? Uit minus half at square, right? So this is already we know. This a will be g here, right? So we know the coordinates of center of mass. Now we can easily solve for any other point, right? Let's go to next example. Now suppose there is a wheel here. Okay, wheel is moving with velocity v, acceleration a. This wheel is also rotating with angular velocity and angular acceleration on a road. Okay, now how will you solve this problem? Okay, what we'll do, we'll understand, we'll take center of mass. So center of mass is moving straight as per us, right? Now as per center of mass, so what will happen in a rigid body? Okay, now let it be pen, let it be wheel, any rigid body. If there is a center of mass, all the other points around center of mass will only do circular motion. It can only do circular motion. right? Matlab, if we consider center of mass is moving straight, what will this point move? This point will move circular. This point will move circular. This point will move circular. Other points won't be moving straight, right? So that's the benefit of center of mass. So when you consider center of mass, now this is a complex problem. What is happening? There is translational motion, there is rotational motion. So if you check center of mass, all the other objects will be only be rotating around it. So that is the benefit of center of mass. Using center of mass reference, you can solve any problem. Hope you are able to get an intuition of this. So let me repeat. Center of mass you can consider as a point mass where entire mass of the object is concentrated. Okay. Second point, any uniform force will be acting around center of mass. F net is equal to m, acceleration cum, momentum is equal to m, velocity of cum. Now, why is center of mass important? So, center of mass will usually travel straight, projectile, circular, and all the other points using center of mass is easy motion, which we already know, right? We can understand how are other points moving around it. Circular also, there is a translational motion, rotation motion. All the other points will be rotating around center of mass. So here we can solve all the complex problems using center of mass. Alright. Now let's try to understand a problem related to center of mass. Now take a feel of it, okay? Now there is a mass m, there is a mass 2m. Where will the center of mass of this entire piece be, right? Center of mass is the point where the mass of the object is concentrated, right? So more mass is here. So if now you have a pen which is thinner here and thicker here, right? So you already know that it will be somewhere here that the balancing will be, right? Matlab at the higher side of it. So here also the center of mass will be around this point because more mass is here, right? So let's try to understand one. Let's try to quickly solve it. So this object m1 is there, the object m2, r1, r2. So solving with vectors gives you that flexibility that you can easily solve any question. Okay. Now r cum. What is the position of cum? I need to find where is the position of cum. What is it? m1 r1 plus m2 r2 upon m1 plus m2. Similarly, if there are more points, similarly we do for more points, right? So it is generally the average where the point will balance. So we do it this way. Okay. Now xum, we know that it will be m1 x1 plus m2 x2 upon m1 plus m2. Y of cum will be m1 y1 plus m2 y2 upon m1 plus m2. Z of cum will be m1 z1 plus m2 z2 upon z1 plus z2 upon m1 plus m2. Sorry. So how this did come? M1, this will be, there will be coordinates of this. R1 will be x1i plus yj plus zk. So I have separated all the components here. So using formulas you can solve all the question. The main motivation of this video was to give you an intuition around what is center of mass and why studying center of mass is important. Hopefully this will help you all, and this is how we can find the coordinates of the center of mass. I'll create some more videos to better understand problems and solve some complex problems around it. If you all like this, please like and subscribe, and if there are any recommendations around the video, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, have a good day.